everybody. Good afternoon or good evening. This is Dr. Rao. Hopefully, you're all doing well. I had a very busy day today because of that International Yoga Day excitement. Um, I planned one session for 2 o'clock, and that kind of misfired because a couple of uh, my computers or whatever, they stopped working. So I could not get on the LinkedIn and I could not get on the other channels too. But I went ahead with Noom Vibe and Clubhouse and Instagram. And Instagram really did something nice, so recording. But I went ahead and persisted with another session at 2 o'clock, and that really 6 o'clock. 2 o'clock I kind of had some problems, but 6 o'clock I'm fine. So actually, one of my old friends came and he was talking to me on the clubhouse still. So that was nice. I saw him after a long time, and he happened to be returning back, I believe. So that was good. How are you all? So today we're going to take the topic of uh, energizing snacks, right? That's a very important but easy topic, really, because everybody snacks these days, right? Um, uh, I don't snack for the snack. Maybe I'll have something with tea or lemon juice that you usually have in the afternoon. But otherwise, I don't really snack. Okay, but a lot of people I see that they snack continuously. That's not what we are talking about here. We are talking about what are the energizing snacks generally that have protein and that have fiber, and we can have them to boost our energy. Usually, some people have dip in the energy late afternoon, so having energizing snacks at the time would really help them to carry through the day. But I prefer really to do the snacks very minimal, and I do have a rule like I don't, unless I'm really hungry, I won't I won't eat anything, right? So that's a yogic habit, and I'm very happy with it because my energy doesn't dip. I don't go into hypoglycemia and things like that. And I do pay attention to when I eat, though. I do take a few minutes break and sit down and eat. I tell people also take your time to sit down, to enjoy the food, to savor the food, to chew well enough so that you not only enjoy the smell and taste, but also you enjoy this going into you, and then you have a feeling of satiety, right? A lot of people don't have the satiety, and that's where they get into trouble. Okay, uh, so that's why I do limit late night start eating, and so don't eat snacks continuously. There were snacks like chips here that we grew up with. They're very tasty and very tempting, and you don't want to put it down once you have opened the once you open the packet, right? They're called chakral. That's kind of a Indian snack, very tasty, very nice. So we always used to eat a lot of that. So this habit of continuous snacking is more like a psychological infliction rather than really needing um, for the energy. Okay, so let's see the benefits of this protein and fiber-rich snacks. That's what we want, right? But usually they sustain energy. That is there. They always sustain energy, and that's why people are. You don't want to eat real processed food and real dumb calories or empty calories, which are not good, And then you can have this feeling of satiety. That's where I kind of want to be hungry so that I feel the satiety at the same time. Right? And then uh, blood sugar stabilization is very important, especially in diabetics. We call Korsakoff phenomena where blood sugar goes up and down, and then your insulin needs also go out of whack, and they remain out of whack. Suppose you are taking 20 units, and then you have messed with your blood sugars up and down, they go out of whack, then the 20 units is not enough for you, double the dose, something like that. But much improved with pumps, insulin pumps, and continuous blood sugar monitoring. That's a wonderful thing. I use them with the patients quite often, right? Then, uh, if you want to really support muscle building, muscle health, you better snack some without allowing them to go uh, starving, right? That's one thing. And then you taking the snacks sometimes, so there are snacks that you can take that will aid your digestive health. That's very important too, um, see, some of them help your bowel movement better, and then you develop your natural appetite. Okay. uh, let's see some examples of these protein and fiber rich snacks. Greek yogurt. That a lot of people, right? I can stand it because I'm used to plain yogurt. But a lot of people have different tastes. That's fine. Greek yogurt is actually, I recommend that too. If you have some berries and flax seeds, that will be very good too. Then hummus and carrot sticks. That is a very good one too. Then almonds and dried fruit. Almonds are pretty good. That's something I really ouch for it. And then you could have apple slices and peanut butter on it. That is a good snack, very good snack. And then whole grain crackers with cottage cheese. That's also a very good snack. And uh, basically, roasted chickpeas. That is something that I relate with because I used to eat a lot of chickpeas, soup and salad and all that, right? Yeah. And then oatmeal with the nuts. And that's something I have every day in the morning for the breakfast, right? So that is already there. So these are all Greek food, yogurt, hummus and carrot sticks, almonds and dried fruit, and apple slices and peanut butter, whole grain crackers with cottage cheese, and roasted chickpeas, and then oatmeal with the nuts and uh, seeds. The seeds are something that people underestimate them because look at the birds, how many thousands of miles they fly with a bunch of seeds, so they're very, very energetic. Okay. Um, Now, how are you going to choose in the market and also prepare these energizing snacks? So that's something that you want to understand. Okay. Of course, read labels carefully. That's very important these days because these people snuck in all sorts of things we are not supposed to eat. And then always planning ahead and preparing your snacks will limit, and also will be more, you will be choosing them when you are not hungry, you may choose them better. So always plan ahead. Then of course, the portions, like I said, you don't want to snack on something because your appetite goes on eating them. So you want to keep the portions limited. And then you want to mainly look for the macronutrients and then balance them. If you can balance the macronutrients, which are mostly important, the protein, fiber, and a small amount of healthy fat, all these things are important. Then stay hydrated. Sometimes people feel dehydration as something like a low blood sugar or something, and they go and eat without drinking. So keep yourself hydrated. Okay. So these are all important things to remember and when you select. But overall, I'm not much for the snacks. I would prefer um, kind of developing ravenous appetite and then eat a good meal with a combination of all major nutrients and also supplements and everything, right? These days, the canned food, the food that you keep in the refrigerator and eating very less at home, not making meals and then serving them right away, even the snacks also. Uh, some of the, my daughter got used to it in the beginning. I taught her how to eat properly later, but even now she has this uh, kind of taste for the snack. She has to go to the something. I don't eat that much, but then she goes to these stores where she can get these snacks and then eats. But she doesn't eat much. She feels for it and then maybe a little bit of it. So she's a very thin girl too, So that's why we allow her to do some because we don't want to suppress her. So she will learn on her own. She has become much better than she was a kid. She's now 26 and she is doing much better now. Okay, so that is the topic today. And anybody has any their own experiences, you could come up and share with me. Or if you have any question that I could answer, I'll be happy to tell you about it. So otherwise, I'm done talking to you. I think I have a guest here. Let's see who it is. Brian. Okay. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Dr. Rao. It's been quite a while since I've been
Yeah.
able to connect with you on the app, so I wanted to
Yeah.
mainly say hello, but energizing snacks being your topic,
Yeah.
I tend to be uh, grazer.
Ah.
Yeah,
Mm.
grazer or browser.
I see.
Um, when I'm in the garden, I might, as I'm
Snack.
weeding the garden, I'm snacking on lamb's quarters,
Ah.
for example.
Yeah.
If I'm walking through the pasture,
Mm.
grabbing a stem of not necessarily wheat, but like a
Yeah.
wheat grass,
It,
and you pull that out, and at the bottom of it,
mm.
um, there's like a wheatgrass juice, or uh, little things like that
Yeah.
along the way, or an apple if it's in season, or berries, or whatever happens to come along my path.
Yeah.
The one of the things that has I've always found interesting, and I'm going to say it follows, but
Mm.
from my teens or early 20s on,
Mm.
I would say I sometimes will have an energy
Mm.
drop,
Okay. Mm.
and then what I do, and sometimes a diabetic will turn to, and I'm not, I know,
Yeah.
but sometimes a diabetic will turn to sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't turn to sugar,
Mm.
I turn to salt, just a little bit, like
Ah.
a small handful of potato chips or something will
Yeah.
help to restore
Yeah.
my energy.
Salt is a problem in certain percentage of people. Up to 10 to 15% are salt sensitive, and they kind of react badly if they eat salt. So it's not like sugar, but still, salt can alter a lot of water flow in the system, and there are problems and all that there. But salt sensitive people, they go into trouble much more easily. You know?
Right,
Yeah.
right. And my dad, he
Mm.
had, now it was my adopted dad,
Mm.
fourth cousin by blood. He had cancer in the kidney removed, and his
Yeah.
doctor told him, if you have that afternoon slump, don't
Mm.
be afraid to put like a half a teaspoon of salt in your
Mm.
glass of water.
Mm. That's
Dr.
good.
Brown, nice talking to you.
Same here, Brian. Okay. Yeah, that is important. Some people don't have the sweet tooth, but they have the salt thing. Even my own sister, she used to put a lot of salt in the curries. We could not eat them. But she was used to that high salt. That's something very unusual. So let's see. Ronald is coming up. Okay. Hi, Ronald.
How you doing tonight?
I am good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. I guess
Yeah.
energizing snacks can be all kinds of stuff, fruits and vegetables. I guess as long as it's not fattening and it's junk food, right? I mean,
Yeah.
stuff with phytonutrients.
Yeah. The only thing I have problem with the constant snacking is whatever it is, that kind of kills your appetite. It doesn't allow your appetite to grow naturally and then you eat. That's otherwise, healthy snacks are okay.
Yeah. What's your favorite snack? Would you recommend? I mean, that you like personally?
I like fruits of different kinds. I enjoy
Yeah.
oranges. I enjoy berries and like Indian gawa and yeah, various fruits that I make into a very nice snack, very nice salad. That's what I eat mostly.
One of my favorite snacks growing up seems like it's been nachos and cheese.
Uh,
But like, I think the older I get, the less I crave that. But every once in a while, I still do.
yeah,
But
with the nachos and cheese, I have this jalapeno peppers, small
yeah,
piece of it. I like that combination.
well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, over at Buffalo Wild Wings, they got the carrots and the celery.
Ah,
I kind of like that if I ever go there. They give that to I've done deliveries and then get that just to go because I think it's something it's easy, simple, it's
yeah,
nice little snack.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, each individual differs with their metabolism, but there is a definite place for energizing snacks when you really are being productive and very working very late hours and all that. You need to supplement your energy, otherwise it will go down, and that's not needed these days. I think the only thing is selecting the snacks. That's where you have to be
Yeah,
cautious. Otherwise, these people push on all sorts of snacks that are basically junk food, processed food, which is producing all these chronic diseases. That's why we kind of really upset with the McDonald's and all that, and they make us
yeah,
get into this habit, right? Yeah,
that's true. I used to I grew up eating a lot of that stuff, but I didn't really realize
yeah,
how many artificial flavors and chemicals,
mhm,
fertilizer, well not fertilizer, but the preservatives.
yeah,
Fertilizer like mixed with some of the vegetables, but like I mean,
yeah,
yeah, try to keep it fresh.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people. Um, enjoy snacking, that's okay. But understanding the mechanics of too much snacking or continuous snacking or bad snacks and also energy robbing snacks, there's instant calories that people gulp down and they taste so good, but they're really not going to produce you good, especially if you have a diabetic milieu that is the state of constitution due to the diabetes. It's a complex thing. It's not only sugar, cortisol, but also other enzymes too. So it's an important thing to understand. We have a tendency of diabetes and adipose tissue, that's the fat in your system, the way it is distributed is also important too. But if you are athletic, if you have a good muscle, then you can get away with a lot of these bad snacks. But then it will eventually catch up with you. So developing diabetes is not a good idea at all. And one of the reasons is this constant snacking. A lot of people do that. So I'm glad Brian and Ronald came up. And anybody else has any suggestions or tell me what they snack on? I have done that the rooms on the International Day Yoga. Basically, in view of the modern man of anxiety, of uh, information overload, lack of sleep, and so many things that we are developing due to the modernity. I trust. I Blossom.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
Snacking, yeah. Well, the other day I was eating some chocolate and apple together as a
Ah,
snack.
ah,
I find I do it at night.
ah,
I don't want to go to sleep, and so I have something to eat. But
ah,
maybe it's because I'm not eating very much in the day.
yeah, that's a lot of people do that. They just have some maybe little breakfast and little lunch, then they come home famished and they eat a lot. That's not a good
Yeah.
formula. Yeah,
No, not sleep with food in your tummy,
yeah.
from what I hear. But I do seem to do that quite a bit.
Hmm. I think late afternoon snack is a good one, Blossom. You know.
Mhm. I buy things that are going to be snacking. So
Uh-huh.
I buy things like healthy chips. Usually I get it from my organic shop locally,
Yeah.
and I bring them home and I have them around me just in case I need to snack at night.
Yeah, that organic chips are pretty good though, because less fat and then less salt and grown from organic foods. So it should be good, right?
Yeah, and I think also, as far as salt is concerned, I like to have a little bit of salt, but
Mm.
it needs to be healthy salt. Not all salts are healthy for you.
Be careful with the healthy salt though. Sometimes it is a potassium laden, and that could be pretty serious in some heart patients who are taking heart medications and all. So your potassium can be very high quickly, and it can cause arrhythmias and the problem. We have seen so many patients with that healthy salt, they think, but they could be vulnerable to that. Not all, but some of them.
So I've got this one in my hand. It says hand harvested fine Celtic sea salt,
That's good.
100% Australian owned
That
over
is
in
good. Sea
Australia.
salt is good, Blossom. That's very good one.
Product of France. Yeah.
Yeah, but sea
So
salt is
that
good.
salt I think is okay. So I just
Hmm.
sometimes lick my finger, put it in there, and just put it on my tongue.
Yeah,
So that's
I,
how I sometimes take it.
yeah. I have a book on the Sattva Kitchen, which is an Ayurvedic healthy diet, and they do recommend rock salt and sea salt too. They do recommend that.
Right.
Mhm.
If it's not processed, I think that's an important thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, Blossom, that salt consideration is important. And if you have sea salt or rock salt, that should be okay because it's not really seasoned like this other powdered salts. And especially potassium laden, that's where I found a lot of problems, you know. And also people don't recognize how much sodium over laden snacks out there. And because I saw one case, this yeah, old lady, not old lady, but middle-aged lady, she went to a wedding and she ate a bag of chips, I believe. And then the salt has produced water shift into lungs. We call that acute pulmonary edema. It's a left heart failure, so it cannot pump the fluid out of the lungs and from the heart. That's why they back up in the lungs. And immediately they go into severe respiratory distress, right? That's why we call it acute pulmonary edema induced left heart failure. And then the people will be very difficult because your lungs are like drowning in your own secretions, right? So immediately the people the EMS people bring the patients to us, and I saw her in full wedding ad, and she was celebrating the wedding, and she was not able to lie down because that's what they cannot do. That's called orthopnea. And then we had to keep her up, and then we asked her to put a throat down her tube down her throat, and then that's the intubation. And then we had to drain all the fluid really well. And we also give medications to work. As the medications are working, we kind of put this trachea stomy tube, into our trachea, and then pump her artificially. That's very important too. So Blossom is coming back. Okay. Yeah,
That's
Blossom.
really interesting.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been doing some yoga, so it's like trying to be the best body I can, so I can be active
Yeah.
till I die.
No, that's good. That's really true because people last into 80s, 90s. One guy I met, he's 126, but he's erect and he's up and he's walking. He talks clearly. He has beautiful musculature and all that. Then he taught me some longevity tips. One of the tips is really breathe well, and hold the breath also. That's one thing I learned from him. And you amazed when these people how they do long life. I'm a yoga person too, Blossom, and today I celebrated the International Yoga Day with a couple of talks here. So if you are interested, go and check them out. My previous one at 6 o'clock, one at 2 o'clock. I did two of them today.
Okay, I
Yeah.
will have a look.
Yeah. I
Thank
think
you.
I think I met you with Martin, probably. Martin,
Yes, we're on the same
yeah,
one.
yeah. Martin was there too today, and we talk about much deeper of Brahman, Tao, and all that. But yoga has this integrated approach. You can do with the body, you can do with the work, you can do with your devotion, you can do with your energy, and you can do with your meditation, and you can do with your ignorance. So many things. So we can mix them all into our modern life. That's what I do. I kind of bring those wise words into our modern life.
And I've had lovely listening to you when I heard you talking with Martin.
Yeah.
So it's lovely to connect again.
Yeah. We kind of connect at the soul level, I think. Me and Martin.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, we enjoy our friendship very much, and then we talk about these things. Yeah. I tried I try to get him out of the mind most of the time, and he does appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, otherwise,
Yeah.
mind dominates us. If we don't allow the mind to be there where it is needed, it can take you on a ride. It can take you to the past. It can take you to the future. And I think you are talking about being in the present too the other day, if I remember correctly. Right?
Yes, that's where I try to live all my life in the present as I sit down here.
Yeah, that is the life, Blossom. That is basically the life. What is here now is the life, right?
It's so precious in the present, in
Yeah.
the listening to the birds and knowing that we.
Yeah, you can come back, Blossom, if you want to. I totally agree with you. I always talk about being in the present and basically don't cling on to things that are already gone. Maybe the lessons you want to preserve, but don't cling on to the reactions, emotional hurts, or whatever. I just let them go. And then also, I don't plan into the future because if you live the present well, future will take care of itself. You can have some brainstorming, some planning, but when you're doing that, you got to be in the present, right? Anyway, so I just stay in the present most of the time. Yeah.
It's where all the magic happens.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we don't stay in the present and be conscious
Mhm.
of ourselves being in the present, then we can miss so many beautiful experiences.
Exactly.
And then the present experiences are the things that we build our integrity on, um, and the integrity of our body, integrity of our heart, and the integrity of our thinking.
Yeah.
All of these things come from the magic of being in the present and experiencing ourselves.
Yeah. I call it heartfulness, Blossom. I call that heartfulness.
Yeah.
Putting our mind into the heart and responding like that, that really makes our relationship beautiful and our expression of friendship or love to the other people beautiful. So you're absolutely right. It's only the present that can happen.
That's it. And so if more and more human energy is raised into the present moment with that energy of love and connection, then we can raise the energy for all other people and planet. And that's where I think is the greatest meditation, is to be in the now.
Yeah.
So the meditation is part of life as we live every moment in the gratitude.
I talk about meditative awareness in the present, present moment awareness, PMA. What it is I don't let my mind run with lots of conclusions or concept about people, but I look at their soul. I kind of relate at that level, and there we are all in one soul, really, one energy. And that's why it is easy for me to relate to people, whoever it is, wherever they come from.
That's it. Yes, we are one.
One
we are one humanity.
Yeah.
One with everything that is living on the planet, even the rocks and the air.
Yeah.
So we can be one with that, and we can feel the amazement and the wonder and the mystery of life.
See, yoga wisdom says you have the divinity inside like everybody else, and there is oneness of all.
Right. So, beautiful. Let you go now.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Nice talking to you, Blossom. Come back again, okay?
Okay, I will.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, love.
Bye. Yeah, that was wonderful to hear somebody who is living in the present. I love that, because I always talk about being in the present, and of course we can always get the lessons of the past, but don't go and live there emotionally. Don't make those reactions again and again. There is actually a danger. Suppose there are highways in your brain made by repeated thoughts, right? So what happens is if you go on reacting, go on making the same reactions again and again without knowing what they're going to do to you, like a negative thinking or overthinking or anything that is unconscious, you don't know that's happening, that highway is kind of cemented and hardwired, we call it. If you have hardwired, the problem is when you become old, when you become really into the decades, then these hardwired paths are still there, and you may not be in the circumstances, but when you're sitting down alone, you're retired, you don't have anything to do, these things come back. And that's very difficult to rewire them. This is the neuroplasticity, understanding how thoughts are hardwired and how they can be rewired when it is end. So what does it mean is, don't be unconscious about thoughts coming up. Find out where the thoughts are coming from. Is it from your memory, or is it from some stimuli that you are having in your environment, somebody is pointing it out, or you are really not paying attention to the present. That's what me and Blossom were talking about. Are you paying attention to the present? That's the only thing you have to do. Attend to the present, what is in front of you. Like one philosopher said, what is sacred. So if you take it like that, then you will be in the present. And you are always attending to the present moment, means you are not bringing the past into there, or you are not bringing the so-called future into there. Real life is only in the present. So be there, and enjoy yourself. Okay, I will stay on for a few more minutes if somebody wants to come up. Otherwise, I'll see you again tomorrow. With not tomorrow, I think Saturday, Sunday, right? So I'll be back on Monday. But I may stop with some of these coaches giving on wellness. I really find them very enterprising and open for discussions and doing a human service to the people here on this app. That's why I go there and then try to contribute with them. Okay. Uh, so I will see you again on Monday, and have a nice International Yoga Day, whatever rest is left, and go and see my talks. And they are intended for modern person. Like I talked about how the prayers of yoga are intended for everybody, to include everybody, and how not to have any division, not to have competition and all that. And then I talked about how to do executive yoga exercises in your office, in your chair, in your normal dress, head to toe yoga. I showed it. There I also showed three types of breathing exercises people can do and rejuvenate their energy. I recommend to my doctors actually do 1 minute of deep breathing. The first one I showed them there every hour for a minute. That's not too much, but it helps a lot to clear the brain fog and all that. Then I told them to do guided meditation, even though I'm always in the meditation, that may not apply to me, but I wanted to take people from scattered mind to focused mind to free of thoughts and stillness of mind and going to your real nature. This is a lot probably, but at least start where you are. If you are really scattered mind, if you are really having problem focusing, then cut off work at least for a while in the morning and in the evening. Sit down, close your eyes, and calm your mind. Don't go after these sensory pleasures or indulgence in thinking all the time. Give it a break and then do it. Okay. And then I talked about what is the relevance of yoga in modern times. So look at it, see what you think, and if you have any questions, you're always welcome to call me. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.